think my life changed today.
You do?
Yeah, for real.
How's that?
So, yeah, life changed today. You ever had a BLTP?
Bacon, lettuce, toilet paper?
Oh, bologna, lard, and tuna, and pumpernickel.
That sounds delicious. Actually.
No,
come on.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, and pickle, man.
God,
Absolutely just changed my life.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? Dude, it is so good. It changed my life, dude. I might just eat that from now on.
Bacon, lettuce, tomato, and pickle.
And then add a pickle to it.
What's the point of the pickle?
Flavor.
But the flavor doesn't pair with anything else on there.
Oh, yeah, it does. It's like having a bacon cheeseburger with all the fixings on it, but then you just take the burger part off of it. And the cheese. Yes. See? It tracks.
So you take the two parts that the pickle goes with away, and then
don't you mess with my new love. BLTP.
I'm just saying, it's not like I have to judge your eating habits.
Have to? You're gonna.
I'm going to, yes. But it's not like I have to. Like, if there's anything that, I know about you.
I love pickles.
No. Well, maybe. Or just, those with the last name Messersmith for the most part, until it gets past your generation. But even then, like, anyways, the style of eating is not exactly, elevated.
Wait. Okay.
Thoughtfully put together.
Have you tried a BLT with pickle on it?
No.
Do that first.
No.
Then we get back to me.
Okay.
It will change your life.
If I don't have it, can I still tell you that I won't like it?
Well, who sounds like they're being stubborn now?
I don't.
Who's being a food snob now?
The guy who paid $46,000 to go to school for food.
Yeah. And hasn't tried that?
No. Do you know why I've never tried it? Do you know why you've only found it in one place?
It's good.
Do you know why you've only found it?
I didn't find it in one place. I invented it today.
Dear God.
Yeah. It's still good.
No, it's not.
Yes. I will fight you on this.
You can fight me all you want. I'm just saying, as far as flavor balance is concerned, that's a terrible combination.
No, flavor. I have the knowledge because it's been in my mouth. It hasn't been in your mouth yet.
It doesn't need to be in my mouth.
Well, yes, it does. If you want the knowledge of it. Look, I threw a lime inside a Pepsi the other day, and that shit wasn't supposed to work, and it did.
Why wasn't that supposed to work?
Because lime and Coke is superior to everything else. But surprisingly, that lime and that Pepsi wasn't too bad.
Well, it wasn't too bad, or it was better than lime and Coke?
Wasn't better, but it was good.
Well, then if it wasn't better, what difference is it? That's not even the same argument then.
It's totally the same argument. All right, people, just put pickles on everything, and you'll probably be all right.
You know what makes me so angry about that statement? I'll tell you.
Pickles?
Yes, because our sandwiches at work, we put a pickle on the side of every sandwich.
And I eat them.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. It just... Pickles don't go with everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think people understand that. Like, they serve a very specific purpose with their level of acid. Okay. And like with a fatty sandwich, like a pastrami sandwich or something like that, totally cool. Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't just throw it with fucking anything. You don't throw it with a veggie sandwich.
You don't know until you try.
No, that's the thing, is I do know without trying. Like, one of my favorite books of all time is the Flavor Bible. I can go backwards and forwards on flavors that make sense together. Pickles do not make sense with everything.
They make sense. You know why?
Why?
Because they're zesty.
Okay. Zesty's not a flavor, but
it might be our word this week.
I don't want it to be our word this week. Not if we're going to talk about pickles more.
Well, you already crushed my pickle dream.
Good.
Just keep my pickle out of your dreams, man.
Is zesty our word? Is that what we're doing? Was that the slow play lead to this word?
I thought you were going to be on board my whole pickle thing.
You thought so, huh?
Yeah, you can't get on
I think a lot of people think I'm going to be on board with the whole
pickle train
thing, but
pickle train, that was college. That's a wholly different story. We won't talk about that here.
No, that's human centipede stuff.
Yeah, you look it on the internet, you'll find it. Got to look deep though.
Might even need to go to the dark web. Yeah, no, I like the idea of pickles. I even enjoy making pickles, and then I have pickles and I realize, well, one, most pickles are garbage. They don't. Okay, so let's back this up.
I didn't realize you had all this pickle hate going on inside.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to say that I hate the cucumber.
Okay.
And so that doesn't help the start, but you do so many things to it that it ends up ruining the fact that it was ever even a cucumber. Like it's so
you're trying too hard to hate this.
The companies that make them just over pickle them, and so then they just taste like brine. I don't know. I just don't like them. But I don't dislike all of them. Like the ones that I make where you pickle them for the right amount of time and you don't over brine them. They're pretty good. Anyways,
the BLT is perfection with the pickle on it.
No, BLT is perfection with avocado on it.
That's disgusting.
It's like you've never had food before.
Not until I had my BLTP. So this is going to be a crazy, fun, spicy episode. Let's hang out with your Slang Out. I'm Dan.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Zesty for pickles.
Oh. Like on purpose. Have you gone to the doctor to get that checked out?
I'll do it after this music plays and let me come back.
Yeah, you probably should. Okay. Is there an itch?
There is now.
Yeah. Also, stop stealing my underwear. So when we're thinking about Zesty, I don't know what you're thinking of. I've got some ideas.
So usually, to me, I honestly go to Zesty dill pickle because that's like my favorite. Vlasic, right?
Vlasic.
Did I say it right?
I don't know.
Don't you do your thing where you're making
listen,
don't you do it. Don't you do the thing where you make me overthink what I'm saying and I don't speak words right?
No, I don't. I've always called it Vlasic, but that's because there's a hockey player on my favorite hocky team.
Did I say? I said Vlasic, right?
You said Vlasic. It was very like
it's because
Eastern Bloc version.
But I pronounce it with the proper, like when I use my accents.
So when I think of Zesty,
yeah,
I think, and you may, excuse me, or may not remember this, and I don't remember if it was Keebler or if it was another company, but wasn't there a cracker called Zesty?
Yeah, exactly. So I just go right to food when I see Zesty, and looking up what it means on the World Wide Web, it's got nothing to do with food.
Well, I mean, that particular Zesty person could be a snack, and that's food.
That kind of fits.
See, we got there.
All right, so we're jumping on this Urban Dictionary bandwagon really quick, which I'm thinking we're almost up to 50 episodes. Maybe I shouldn't use the UD as my verbal crutch.
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. Yeah. I need as much help as I can get, right? Okay.
I think you need all the crutches you can find.
So on Urban Dictionary, Zesty.
It's really more like a verbal wheelchair,
Yeah, but can I have a powered one?
Of course.
With like flames?
You know what? Even better. It's a verbal Segway.
Oh my God, that's
You are
perfect.
bound to fall on your face at some point, but when you're standing, boy, is it pretty.
And do you look cool? I look awesome. Like Paul Blart. Zesty, meaning you look snazzy and gay.
Not one or the other. Combination. Has to be both.
It looks that way, which does not make...
The entire citrus industry is turning on its head.
Yeah. And description number 2, Zesty. It's gay or sus. Sus is one of our old words.
Sus is one of our own words, but knowing what I know about Zesty, which is basically what you said in the first description, thanks to lovely Tyler Messersmith.
Yeah.
I don't think I would equate it to sus in any way, shape, or form.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Gay or sus. What did I say? Gay or sus?
And to me,
it sounds like a hate crime.
It does, first of all. And if it's saying gay or sus, then it's sort of equating gay and sus, which means then it's gay like the way people use gay as an insult when you do something that they're upset with when you're, say, playing a video game, like this happened in my house recently. And so, yeah, it absolutely sounds like a hate crime when you do that. Like the first one, I could be like, oh, yeah, if I want to say somebody's looking snazzy, but clearly, plays for the other team than I do, then Zesty sounds fun. I could get behind that as long as they're okay with it.
Well, see, we went and watched, saw the.
Like if you call me cracker, it's an issue.
Yeah, but are you like a saltine? I went and saw Red Hot Chili Peppers though, and they had a opening band, worst band I've ever seen, worse than Highly Suspect.
Not possible. Go ahead.
Called Thundercat.
Thundercat opened?
He called himself Thundercat, and he between every song he just looked. He went into the microphone. He would turn his body sideways, and he'd go Zesty. Said it about 13 times.
So you don't like him because he did the Zesty thing?
I didn't understand what the hell was going on.
I mean, that could be anything.
You're saying I'm not zesty or gay? Or snazzy or gay? Come on, I got one of those locked up. I brought up the whole pickle thing.
Good point. You might not be snazzy.
Shit.
Don't California my BLT, bro.
That was my line.
I know, I stole it.
Jerk. That BLT came with a little extra side of jerk sauce.
Ooh, it's a Caribbean BLT?
Hey, the jerk store called. They're all out of you. That's a pretty good joke, right? I stole it fair and square.
Yeah, I mean, you stole it fair and square. I don't know that I ever liked that joke in the first place.
Because you resemble it?
No, why would a store only carry one of something? It's just bad business.
It's a big ticket item, dude.
I am an expensive jerk.
Explains the beard butter. What?
When you said Zesty, gay, or sus, it sounded like a really terrible game show.
Like from Korea or something?
Gay or sus.
One of those Japanese game shows that are hilarious. That make no sense.
Mm-hmm. Just like that.
Yeah. Is that a hate crime?
Probably.
All right. I'm 2 for 2. Zesty, looking like James Charles.
Who's James Charles?
Thank you. I was afraid it's somebody that I was going to feel stupid for not knowing.
No. Well, I mean, go ahead, but
Jimmy Chuck. Yeah, I don't know who that is. It's probably like a basketball player or something.
No, now I got to look it up. You keep looking. I'll look for this.
I do think the whole I don't understand the gay or sus thing. Like, why is it one or the other? Because we had a field day with sus.
Oh, yeah. That would be Zesty based on the definition of Zesty.
He's the one that has the makeup line. Yeah, I should know that because my daughter's way into makeup. And then Zesty just means cool. So we can put that in the pile of the 100 words we have that we found all mean cool.
I guess, but I feel like because of the other definitions, there would be people that felt like they weren't getting the cool they were hoping for.
So maybe this is like a gay term or something that came from that. You think maybe? So it's like a positive, like being snazzy and gay. So it's like being metro.
Yeah, it definitely feels like a more positive slang term for somebody who happens to be gay. But
I'm sure it gets used oppositely of that. But
I'm sure there are plenty of people that do use it as a derogatory term. But I mean, when you think of the general meaning of Zesty, it's sort of used in a positive light in most senses. So I think that's sort of what it is. It's that positive way of saying that.
I like the idea that maybe it grew organically from that. Because I think we need more uplifting slang words that aren't about whores.
For things that we don't understand.
Yes. But that's because we're old.
We're going to need a lot of words.
Thank God there is. And they're making up new ones as we speak. So,
and if they don't, then all they do is take a word that already has a meaning and give it a different meaning.
Like Zesty? Yeah, right on. We're right on track then. I actually kind of like the word snazzy myself, but I don't think that's a
yeah, I'm sort of sad that it replaced snazzy. Or based on the definition, is snazzy the straight version of Zesty?
No, snazzy is my favorite Teletubby.
That's not one of the Teletubbies.
Sure it was. It was Bouncy, Tinky, Dippy, Sticky, and Snazzy, right?
First of all, I think there were 4.
Yeah, he's the 5th one. He's the one that got kicked out. Snazzy just looked too good. He didn't look disturbing enough.
Mm-hmm.
What color was he? What color was Snazzy?
Black.
I was gonna say, don't say black.
Black is a color that you wear when you're trying to be snazzy. Why do you think tuxes are black? They would be a different color if the other colors were snazzy.
But, well, yeah, I guess there's some truth to that. Yeah, snazzy. But I don't know. I've seen snazzy ones in white, in blue, and orange.
The new navy blue that's gotten popular does look pretty snazzy.
Would you say it's zesty?
Depends on who's wearing it, I guess. Based on the definition.
If I was just cloaked in that right now.
Yes, that would be zesty.
Right on. With a capital zest?
Yes.
All right. I'll take that.
Yeah.
That's a win in my book.
Have at it. All right. We've been doing this game frequently lately, so I feel like it only makes sense to do now.
Okay.
Based on the definition of zesty, can you name 3 people that you think are zesty?
Which definition are we going to go with?
Not the sus one.
The snazzy and gay?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then you got to give that to Sean Hayes first thing, right?
You do. You're just trying to get us good contacts with the Smartless crew.
Yeah, but they're really good though, and I would say he fits that. I mean, I don't even I hate to generalize him that he's gay. He's just snazzy.
Sure.
So I think he's always kind of fit that. So we'll give him 1. Snazzy. I don't know. I guess I got to get myself. I'll say Chuck James, or who was that guy we just talked about?
James Charles.
Jimmy John.
James Charles.
James Charles. We'll give him a vote. I mean, if he's mentioned in the thing, then I guess he's as zesty as it gets.
I mean, yeah, I guess he'd be the definition of, right?
And I'll give the lead singer I guess the lead singer is Thundercat. The band's named after him. He's zesty.
Wait, his name's Thundercat?
I guess. I don't know. But he owned Zesty that night, so.
Shouldn't it be like Lionel or something?
It could be. Lionel Zesty?
Well, I'm just saying that, like, if your band is Thundercat and you care anything about the 80s,
I was waiting for something so much different. And technically, musicianship wise, they're all good. Like every guy was a decent player. He played like a 10-string bass. It was insane. But they all play 3 different songs at the same time, as loudly and as fast as they can. So it's like jazz and thrash metal and 80s or 90s ska.
Yaz flute.
It's like all that at once. And then they stop and he goes, Zesty. And I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Did people like it?
What was weird is yes. Like, because he would end and it'd be this huge roar, but maybe it was a roar of people just happy that he was done.
Maybe.
But it seemed like they were actually happy. All right. Oh, you're waiting for me to lob this back to you.
No, I don't care.
Let me shuttlecock this right back to you there.
No, especially because I've had this entire time to think and I'm still trying to come up with 3.
And I'm sure there are more.
Like Carson Kressley. That's his last name, right? I think so.
Carson Kressley. He's the one that...
He was one of the original Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh, I thought that was like the guy who hosted TRL.
No, that was...
Carson Daly.
Carson Daly. Yeah.
I was just trying to give him shit. Seen that guy lately? Ooh.
I don't know that the next person... Actually, I know the next person doesn't fit both these categories, but I have to imagine in the community, he's probably referred to as Zesty. Mr. Ryan Seacrest.
Seafoam?
Seafoam Green himself.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he still has to fight that. Hey, no, I'm straight.
I'm going to prove it to you. Please put your pants back on, sir.
If you've seen the ladies he's dated, it's obviously he's straight. Seafoam's got a track record.
Does he?
Yeah, you can get a shot for that, you know? Right?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. There's nothing as awesome as 2 middle-aged white hetero men trying to think of snazzy gay. Why are we only thinking of men?
No, my third one was going to be Ellen DeGeneres.
I guess she fits.
Well, because she's always got like a fit to her.
Yeah, she said that for a long time.
She's always good with like clothing herself in a way that, you know, looks cool.
But can I be honest?
Yes.
She looked gay from the beginning. Like, she always dressed like that. There was never a time where it was like it was hidden, even though it was hidden. So when she was around for 20 years and then it was like came out and it was like this big, huge thing, she had her TV show and it was on. I was just like, and
I don't think it was the huge thing you think it was.
It totally was.
No,
I was like 8 or 10 or whatever when she was first starting out, and I was like, yeah, she's totally gay. She looked like a gay lady.
Right. That's why I don't think it's as big. The big part of it was like a gay person has their own television show.
I think, well, her show was so huge.
Yeah, but I don't think it. I don't.
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Think the big part was her being gay. I think everybody went like, oh yeah, okay.
I don't know. I think half of America was like, what? Or they just used it as an excuse to be.
Well, which half of America do you think it was?
The half I think it is.
Right. So
I guess it's not technically half. It's more like a third. But you know exactly what I'm talking about. But the other thing is,
so maybe we should just like, you know, gloss over their attention to detail and move on to the next topic.
But that didn't happen with like I look back now at George Michael, and there was
who absolutely was Zesty.
Completely 100. Okay, he's on the list. I'm taking Thundercat off there because George Michael deserves it. God rest his soul.
Because George Michael at least has talent,
and we can't kill him.
Not twice.
Yep. But I think about it when you were growing up, and he was a heartthrob for every young girl. And you look back at those videos and the way he dressed and the way he carried himself from the beginning when he was in Wham and after, especially when he was after, and he had his Faith album and stuff, and it was just as big as it gets. He was as flamboyant as Freddie Mercury, and I can't believe nobody saw it.
Yeah, but not everybody knew Freddie Mercury was either until he had AIDS.
No, I think everybody knew Freddie was gay because he openly talked about it and all that stuff. I don't think he ever kept it hidden except when he was before the band.
I mean, when he was younger, he did.
Yeah, but George Michael, yeah, that's one of those things growing up because I
boggled my mind the other day. I saw an article where Boy George was talking to a magazine or something, and they were like talking to him about him finally getting to be himself. I'm like, when was Boy George not himself? When did Boy George ever hide who he was as a person?
From the time we knew him, yeah, he came out of the gates. Like that was his shtick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, proudly.
Like the only people that wouldn't know it would be the same third of the country.
I remember him having those huge hits and like your parents being like, no, you can't like that. And it was like, when I was that young, I didn't even see that kind of stuff.
Your parents didn't let you like Karma Chameleon?
I think everybody liked Karma Chameleon, right?
Do you really want to hurt me?
On a weekly basis. It's playing in the background when you started going off on my pickle thing.
Mm-hmm.
The BLT and pickle, not my pickle thing, but you know. Scratch that from the record.
I'll leave that in there. Gross. Yeah, so I think that I guess really now it's just funny to look back at the 80s because there was probably a whole lot of instances of
there's the ultimate Zesty man. Elton John, dude.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Magic Johnson. I was like, he was not Zesty.
They cured his zestiness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, cut that.
Yes, Elton John was zesty. I don't know if that he's the epitome of it.
I think he could.
He's close.
Well, here's the thing. I bet you could tag somebody current right now, Lady Gaga, and I know she's not technically gay.
Sure,
but she carries that she carries that torch.
Sure,
for everybody. So I think she'd be proud to be called Zesty.
Who's the? Oh, I got your King of Zesty right now.
Grimace, McDonald's.
Oh,
oh.
Did you see how he dressed?
No. Anybody'd be the Hamburglar.
Absolutely. And it'd be easy to say Siegfried and Roy.
I forgot about those guys.
Gonna leave that out. Liberace is your King of Zesty.
Oh my God. That's probably where he probably coined that term. Yeah. Liberace. I don't know anybody, if they're younger than us, will know who that is.
Well, you can drive by his house if you're in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody would know who Liberace is.
I grew up with him kind of being for me, because he was so old school, I found him kind of a joke. Not that it had anything to do with him being gay. Just kind of was just so flamboyantly cheesy. I saw some footage of him when he was young and just going to town on a piano or something. That son of a bitch was talented, dude.
You don't get to be famous without having some kind of talent.
That guy was the real deal. I was
well,
like,
that's not true. Kevin Federline was famous for a little bit.
Well, there's a whole lot of actors that were in dance movies that I would put on that list too.
Like who? Channing Tatum?
Yep.
You hateful son of a bitch.
Have you seen that guy?
I have. Now listen.
Don't you start talking about Magic Mike.
No.
That's not Zesty. Well, it technically might be Zesty.
Parts of it probably are. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about zestiness either.
I liked him in She's the Man.
Yeah.
I liked him in that. After that, I couldn't stand the guy.
Really?
Yeah, he's a horrible actor.
21 Jump Street?
I hate the remake of 21 Jump Street. They ruined it.
There was nothing to ruin.
Oh my God. You're not Zesty. Because Johnny Depp at 21 Jump Street is the epitome of man. And gay men. And all of it. You don't get that. The only person who's come close to being that attractive at that time is Brad Pitt.
If you want to talk about the pinnacle of Mr. Channing Tatum.
You said pinnacle.
I said pinnacle of Mr. Channing Tatum and his acting prowess. Have you seen the movie Eagle? Or The Eagle?
What is that movie? No.
He's a Roman warrior.
Oh my God.
But what makes it better than that is what's the best part about every historical sort of movie ever?
They're all wrong.
Nope. Well, maybe, but nope. That's not what I was going with. That's right. Everybody has a British accent.
Really?
Everybody, right? In any like
was it like that in Gladiator too?
Any movie about ancient times, they have like British accents for God only knows what reason. For the most part.
Okay.
I shouldn't say every. For the most part. And that was the case in The Eagle. Except for one Mr. Channing Tatum, who brought his Brooklyn accent to the movie and was the only one that sounded that way the entire time.
I would like to think that he'd be the one of the few people that I could stand toe to toe with doing accents, and I would come out victorious.
Well, I don't think he was trying. Like Brooklyn is his accent.
I'd like to hear him.
But I'd also like to say I don't think you could stand toe to toe with anybody and compete on accents. But
come on, man. You haven't heard my Italian?
What is that?
It's a Mario.
God, that was the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
No, it wasn't.
In my life. But I will say what Channing Tatum lacks in talent, he makes up for in the fact that I genuinely think that he has a good time doing what he does, and he doesn't take himself too seriously. Like that whole.
All right, I'll give you that.
Like the lip sync battle thing that's gotten big.
Mm-hmm.
The stuff he did for that was fantastic, and very much that I don't take myself too seriously. Not as great as Tom Holland, who did the best thing ever.
No, that performance was completely zesty.
Super zesty.
Yeah, that's probably one of the best. If anybody's ever seen that,
might be one of the best things I've ever seen. Yeah. Not even just lip sync battle.
And he did that early on, like right when he became Spider-Man. So.
Yeah, fantastic.
I love that guy. The more you learn about him, the best.
The only thing I think we're missing out on is his British accent, which he covers up for everything because we keep putting him in movies where he needs to be an American.
And he's the new Michael J. Fox, dude. He's like 30 and he's playing 16-year-olds.
Him.
What do you mean?
What?
What do you mean? He's little. He's handsome. He's talented as fuck. And he doesn't look his age.
What if they did? And I know you're going to hate this thought. I know you're going to hate it because I hate myself a little bit for saying it.
Don't you California my Tom Holland.
What if we added some avocado to Tom Holland? No. What if?
Perfection.
What if?
Man, that new Spider-Man movie is going to kick ass, dude.
What if they made a new Back to the Future with Tom Holland?
That was the rumor. That was the rumor.
Was it really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And Michael and them were like, don't touch it. But if you were gonna, right now, he's the guy to do it with.
I think at this point, okay.
Someone photoshopped him into like the stuff in the, you know how they can do the, what is it? The AI stuff or the deep fakes.
Mm-hmm.
Someone did that with him. And it's almost for a minute, you can't even tell that you're dealing with somebody else. They did it with Chris Pratt and Harrison Ford, which you wouldn't necessarily think they would match. They did it with him, and that footage looked like I was watching not necessarily Harrison Ford, but enough of it to be like, oh, I could watch him. Yeah. But Tom Holland fit perfect. Like it's his little brother. Like it's like his son is like his spitting image. And when you think about him, I don't see him as looking alike, but you put him in the right light. And I was like, that's perfect.
Yeah. I just think that, we're past 2015 now, and clearly very little, if any, of that stuff that they were predicting happened. So it'd be fun to sort of revisit, right?
Yeah. Somebody's got to go back in time. Might as well be.
And now if you did it and it was 2025 and you went back 30 years, you'd be going back to 1995. Like, what would their take on 1995 be?
Hey. Don't you California my Back to the Future.
All right. We'll add some avocado to it.
Well, I think we've covered Zesty pretty well with pickles and avocado, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Avocados aren't really zesty, but
pickles are.
They finish a sandwich properly, unlike pickles do sometimes.
And by the next episode, he'll be on board. This is my BLTP. Hashtag BLTP.
There's no part of that statement that sounded okay to say.
Mm-hmm. You just wait.
He'll be on board my BLTP.
Doesn't that sound good?
Not that
BLTP.
No.
That sounds amazing. Yeah, I'll lock that up. I coined that. Mine.
You know what?
Claimed.
You should have a STP.
A sexual transmitted parking ticket? Is that what that is?
That would be STPT.
Exactly. That's awesome. I'm going to coin that one as well.
Go ahead.
Ideas just keep flowing.
I don't think anybody's going to use it.
Ideas just keep flowing out of me.
And I know you're thinking Stone Temple Pilots or possibly whatever the oil company was, but salami, tomato, pickle.
Is that for real?
I don't know.
I hate salami.
You hate salami?
Mm-hmm. That's why there's bacon in there, dude.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for another episode of Hang Out with Your Slang Out.
Hang Out of Sandwich Wars.
Likely to be our last.
Well, we finally got it. Oh, we got another duel then. So it's a hashtag BLTP for bacon, lettuce, tomato, and pickle, or
STP, which I just made up. I've never had it and probably wouldn't, but
watch it be like fire. Just absolutely the best thing in the world.
It might make you like salami.
Don't you California my salami? All right, enough of the California shit. Don't you California my raisins?
How do you un-California a raisin?
Fill it full of steroids.
California at one point was producing 98% of the raisins in the United States.
What happened? Where'd the rest of them
Actually, no, I think it might be 100%. It's just that more of them are bought from outside the country now.
All right. Well,
you ever want to listen to a business wars? Listen to the one about raisins, man. They were like beating. They were beating people
about racists.
Raisins.
Oh, okay.
Racism isn't a business. Well,
on that note, I'm Dan the Zesty Man.
I'm Matt, your avocado friend.
I see. Yeah, that's nice and sweet. I like that. My avocado friend.
I'm fat, but I'm like the healthy fat.
He's shaped like an avocado with a beard.
I am absolutely shaped like an avocado, and my skin is bumpy and weird like an avocado.
Well, if that didn't scare you all off, I don't know what will.
I always feel like I have a big pit in my stomach.
Oh my! On that note, I think we're done.
Oh,
until next time.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Don't you California my Wiedersehen?
I think that's Germany.
I don't think I even said the Wiedersehen right.
Probably not.
Right. So will you sing Bust a Move with me at karaoke?
I don't know if I can.
You could do the background. You want it. You got it. And I'll do the other stuff.
No, I just don't know if I can do it because Candace is friends with the artist of that song.
Nuh-uh.
Isn't Bust a Move Young MC?
Yeah.
Then yes, I've met him.
What? Get Young MC on the phone right now.
Well,
he's not Young MC anymore. He's like,
no, he's Marvin.
He's kind of old MC, middle-aged MC.
No, he's Marvin. Marvin? I think.
How are you friends with Young
I am
MC?
not. I'm not. That's
How is she friends with Young MC?
She met him when she was bartending somewhere, I think.
And now they're friends? Or you should just met him?
No, they were. Well, I mean, they were friends for a while. They don't like talk on the phone once a week or anything.
This is like what's his name found out.
I'm pretty sure the last time she talked to him was the time that I met him. She brought him into my work once.
This is like when he finds out Donna on Parks and Rec is cousins to Genuine. How do I not? You guys saving? This is like episode 40. How often have I talked about Young MC?
0 times until just now.
Still, you should have known. So he's coming over next time, right?
Probably not.
Marvin, you better call him. Tell Marvin to listen to this episode.
I think it's Marvin.
Marvin Young. This guy, you guys are friends with this guy right here.
Yeah.
God damn you. You'd be like, oh yeah, and I'm related to Dr. Dre too. But come on, man. Young MC is British?
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, didn't. Yeah.
He's British.
British. So you could do us the move with me.
You do the worst.
The best British accent. That accent is busted.
You stop being funny.
You are a liar. You are a liar, and you keep your friends from me.
You're right. I am a liar. You didn't stop being funny. You got to start something in order to stop it.
Touche.